Welcome back to the series where I'm walking around the whole of Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly in one trip. In this video, we're starting off at Coverack, heading down the Helford River and past Falmouth, with many surprises along the way. Good morning from Coverack. I had quite a good sleep last night, better than probably both nights combined, so we're in better spirits today. Right, I've packed up the tent, and it is time to hit the road. I waved goodbye to Coverack and then worked my way back down the hill and to the coast path. My plan today was to accept an offer from a Scilly's farm, who are known Cornwall-wide for their ice cream, to have a big breakfast on the house, of which I will talk more about later. But now, it's more walking and amazing sights. Feeling good today. I almost feel fresh because the blisters on my feet are gone and I've actually had a decent night's sleep, so far it's been really easy. This path led me to an old quarry site, of which I explored around for a while before inevitably heading back on my way towards St.Keverne. Well, it looks like this footpath goes right through a field full of cows, which are right there. So this should be fun. I wasn't getting chased by cows just yet, but I had to go a mile or so inland, away from the coast path, to St.Keverne. Right, I've reached Roseness and I have to take about a 20-minute detour to Scilly's so I can charge my stuff, get some food and meet some people. Let's go. I've just arrived and got a very warm welcome. I've got a lemonade already and a roast on the way. Big up Scilly's. Although I was given some free stuff, I'm going to leave an honest review of the place. It was amazing, with plants growing from the ceiling, birds walking around your feet, and this big Cornish breakfast that definitely fueled me up for my journey. I even managed to get an interview with one of the family about Cornwall and Cornish identity, of which you can find on my Instagram page, Cornish Independent, where I post about everything Cornwall. I left with a jam, cream and scone ice cream and a t-shirt, and whilst I was out there, headed towards the historic town of St.Keverne to try and spot a special statue. Right, so after all that kindness from Scilly's, I am currently in St.Keverne. St.Keverne is mainly known for its role in being the town where multiple Cornish rebellions had started. In 1497, Michael Angoff and Thomas Flammonk led a rebellion against King Henry VII for raising taxes to fight a war in Scotland. In 1548, 1 year before the most well-known Cornish rebellion, the people of St.Keverne, joined with other nearby Cornish towns, rised up against the destruction from English officials of Cornish churches, statues and major sites like Glasney Library, which was targeted to reduce Cornish language, culture and way of life. In this village, there is a statue of Angoff and Flammonk, which coincidentally isn't on Google Maps, despite being one of the most respected statues in the whole of Cornwall. This is the statue commemorating 500 years since the 1497 Cornish Rebellion, and it's beautiful. After admiring the masterpiece, I made my way back down to the coast and to the town of Porthoustock. I'm the best I've felt in a while right now. I'm going down this hill and I'm happy. I feel rejuvenated. I haven't had a proper hot meal in quite a while, so it's quite nice. And we're just about to go around the corner on the next bend. Proper job. Today, Porthoustock is mainly known for its proximity to the Manacles Reef, a diving hotspot for shipwrecks, as well as its history as a quarry town and the nearby Giant's Quoit serving as its main attraction, with plenty of Cornish flags flying proudly as I walked on through. Porthallow is the official halfway point of the southwest coast path, as well as a former pilchard fishing village, and whilst passing through, I noticed my bag's port was starting to bend, but ignored it and filled up my water. I think this is the most useless gate ever. Just through this field and around the corner, I arrived at the Gillan Creek, the first sort of river I'd have to walk around. So I slapped on some sun cream and headed down. St.Anthony is the main town on the Gillan Creek and is mainly known for its church, which is believed to have been built by shipwrecked Normans who vowed to construct a church in honour of St. Anthony if they survived the storm. Right around the corner was the beginning of the Helford River, of which I plan to cross today from Helford to Helford Passage by ferry as part of the South West Coast Path. That 2.5 miles went very quick. Helford has had a long history in many different industries, from being a busy port, a haven for smugglers, and later a base for wartime resistance, including playing a crucial role in the supporting of the French resistance in World War II. Well, I've missed the ferry, which means I'm either going to have to get one tomorrow at 9:30 or I'll have to walk around, which apparently, according to the signs, is only about 5.5 miles, which isn't too bad. And also they have a Gear Farm pasty company shop, which apparently quite regularly rated some of the best pasties in the world. So I'm going to have some decisions to make, but I think first we're going to stop to the pub, charge my phone, which ran out of battery, so yeah. I stopped in Helford's pub, which I heard is owned by the Cornish drummer from Queen, Roger Taylor, and had a couple of pints and some food whilst charging my stuff. Right, I've just spent a few hours in the pub charging my stuff, and a few pints maybe help me sleep, so we're going to go find a place. And I decided to go backwards on the path to the woods to find a place to camp. This spot is a tad close for comfort, but I think we're just going to have to go for it. So this is the abode for the night. Could be better, could be worse. It's slightly on a hill, which isn't the best thing. I'm going to be sliding down, but oh well, we move. It's also next to two roads. Slightly, but you can't see from the road, so it should be okay, but I'm sure we'll get enough sleep. So I shall see you in the morning, and goodbye. Good morning from the forest in Helford River. Today I'll be trying to catch the ferry, and I hope to reach Penryn by the end of the day, where hopefully I'll have a bed and a shower waiting for me. So I'll brush my teeth, take the tent down, and we shall be on the way. Okay, the tent is packed away, and now we have to find a way down this cliff. Right, I'm back on the coast path, and I'm heading back to Helford village, where I can get the ferry, hopefully, if the tide's right, and cross the river. Arriving at the dock, the ferry had just left. However, the legend driving came back and picked me up, and I enjoyed the first ferry ride of the trip to Helford Passage, the other side of the river. Okay, so we've just landed on the other side and we are off to Durgan. I walked past Trebar Gardens, a private garden and beach you could pay to enter, and headed towards Durgan. I believe I've taken a wrong turn. In the woods there were multiple paths going different ways, and I think I took the wrong one, so we're kind of having to go around Durgan and around the coast bit, but I found a way back on, so yeah, let's go. I ended up going to Glendurgan Gardens and filling up my water anyway, and then headed through the woods towards Mornan, which has a church that has had many accounts of a mysterious owl man flying around over the centuries. I've met a lot of hikers throughout this trip, but I keep on seeing these two American people. I met them properly today. They're called Elizabeth and Malcolm, and they're from Pennsylvania. And I met them in Coverack, and I've just seen them again, and we had a little exchange, and like, oh my god, I can't believe I've seen you again. It's quite nice, quite a good experience on the coast path, and you probably don't see it a lot in these videos because I don't like recording people, but I guess it's something you're going to have to experience for yourself. But the good thing about today is I think I'm going to reach Penryn quite early, so it doesn't really matter how long I take, because that's where I'm staying tonight anyway. It's planned. It's not like the other nights where I don't know exactly where I'm staying. So yeah, going down to Mornan to see the church of the Owl Man. Dun dun dun. And yeah, having fun. Sun's out, fun's out. Let's keep on walking. This is Mornan Church. Mornan Church is a 13th century church known mainly for one thing, the Owl Man. This cryptid was first seen in 1926, described as a human-sized owl with glowing red eyes and large powerful wings, with some accounts suggesting it had humanoid features and made hissing noises. Many accounts of this creature were seen over the years, but the next well-known account didn't come until 1976, when it was seen flying over the church. It has been seen all the way up to 2006 being the last account, where it was reported the trees were making static noises for days afterwards. After exploring this eerie place, there wasn't a close link to the coast path, so I had to try and work my way down this steep hill and try not to stumble off. Alright.
You okay? Yeah, not too bad.
So after a small slip on the hill and a bit of laughs with the other hikers, I was back on the coast path and on my way towards Falmouth. I'm having a quick break to recharge my phone and some camera batteries. However, it's worth mentioning that the top of my left foot is hurting for some reason. I don't know if that's for the boots, but yeah, that's the only thing that's really hurting right now, surprisingly. But anyway, this is the view. Recharged and with my waters filled up, I headed on the last bit of coast path before Falmouth. I just ran into a follower off my Cornish page. So Toby, if you're out there, you were running and then you stopped and we had a little chat for a second, so it's nice to meet you, and yeah, onward ho. Swamppool has an interesting history, with its lagoon built in 1825 to connect the freshwater lake to the sea. This created a mix of salt and freshwater, supporting rare wildlife including the trembling sea mat. It was also the site of a lead-silver mine and an arsenic refinery, and was a popular Victorian-era resort. Falmouth is one of the biggest towns in Cornwall, yet a relatively newer town that was established in 1613 by Sir John Killigrew, though the area had been a port for some time before, particularly for the nearby town of Penryn. It developed around the natural harbour of the Coverack Roads, one of the deepest natural harbours in the world, and became a significant port, especially after receiving a charter from Charles II in 1661. Falmouth's history is way too deep to dive into, but it is intertwined with marine activities, including international trade, shipbuilding, and its role as a Royal Mail packet station, as well as having Cornwall's main university today. After 5 days of walking, I had somehow just reached the first supermarket of the trip, and painstakingly had to walk around the town instead of through it. This is the Killigrew Monument. This random granite pyramid was built by Martin Lister Killigrew, from the family that turned Falmouth into a town. The reason it was built was never found out, and it remains a mystery today. After walking through the main town and getting teased by the pasty shops, I got on the path towards Penryn, where I would be staying tonight at a friend's house. I'm finally off the coast path and going into Penryn, where my first night in a bed and a shower will be in about 10 minutes. Can't wait. Penryn is a town with a rich history dating back to before the Norman conquest, with significant development around 1216. It was established as a market town with the granting of a royal charter in 1259, and its importance grew with the founding of Glasney College in 1265, which I talked about earlier. Penryn's history includes being a port, a parliamentary borough, and experiencing periods of prosperity and decline, as Falmouth overtook it in popularity. That's some boy. What's he doing? I arrived at my friend's house, and already there was drama looming.
There's the eggs.
Oh, yes.
No, because I saw it before and it didn't have that on it.
Yeah, well,
Who's impregnating that one?
Toby?
Yep.
Do you need a cup?
Yeah, well, he's on.
We're catching a ride. Oh.
Why is it moving so Yeah, cup.
Go and get a cup.
Yeah.
Got a cup, he's got a cup.
You haven't got like something to put on the cup?
Nah, he's chilling.
Oh, look.
Imagine if it drops out the cup.
Toby, do you want it? Come on. Give it Toby. Toby! Toby! Wait, I don't know where it's gone. Wait, Toby, it's gone. It's gone. Toby, it's on the floor.
I win! I'm in the bathroom, it's fine.
It's actually in there. It's actually in there.
Fucking hell. You're in the bathtub? Well, it's somewhere in there. I just put it in your room.
Just had a shower and it was I can't say. Just had a shower and it was bloody amazing.
Yeah, you enjoyed that one, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, right. I'm about to have some food, but it's gonna be nice having an actual bed.
Home cooked dinner for once, in the warmth.
Yeah. This is Toby. He's proper job tired.
Proper job.
Yeah. Might go out later. Don't know yet, but we're gonna chillax, have some food, and we'll be good.
Yeah.
Right, in a bit.
In a bit.
I relaxed somehow by watching more Cornish Coast Path videos, and then had some pasta, whilst my housemates had some Dominoes.
Yeah.
You're vegan?
Yeah, I'm vegan.
Oh.
Yeah, what's wrong with
Is
that?
this in the video?
Maybe. We then went to the pub for a while, played some board games.
By what name is Burma known as now?
Myanmar.
Yep. What is the capital of Egypt?
Cairo. And that was the end of an eventful day 5. Right, it was currently the morning. This was the bed for the night. Definitely the best night's sleep I've had. I wasn't on a hill tonight, but yeah, I've still got a long way ahead of me, so we're going to stay here for an hour or so, rest up a bit more, and then we shall get on our way. But before I go, I'm going to have my last shower in a long time. After having my last shower for the foreseeable future, I filled up my bottles and repacked my bag with my washed clothes, and then headed back out to start walking again. Right, the time is currently 10 o'clock and I'm going to catch a bus back to Falmouth so I can catch the ferry to St.Mawes. I was now on my way back to Falmouth, where the ferry to St.Mawes was needed to get around the Coverack roads, which would have taken me all the way inland to Truro and back. I had already walked from Falmouth to Penryn, so decided to take the bus to give me more time to walk later. So I'm currently at Falmouth docks, waiting about half an hour for the boat to St.Mawes. I waited for what felt like ages when I wanted to get back to walking, so grabbed myself a pasty nearby, and by the time I got back, the ferry was there. I finished my pasty, then had a nice conversation next to me with a lady who had never been on a boat before, and her husband. After having a funny conversation with her and being battered by the wind, I had reached St.Mawes after about 25 minutes on the boat.
I would say it's about a 10-minute walk.
That's alright.
Ah, no, bugger that. What is it? Quarter to come back from where we've been.
I knew this one.
This one, quarter to the hour.
Quarter to, yeah.
That was what?
Quarter to.
This one? Thank you, Rose. Have a good time.
Thanks very much.
St.Mawes was initially a small fishing village, but later gained prominence as a strategic military site, with both St.Mawes Castle and Pendennis Castle in Falmouth being built at the same time during King Henry VIII's coastal defence plan. But no sooner than I landed, it was time to get another short ferry across the Porthoustock River to a place called Place. And after 2 ferries, we have made it to St.Anthony, where I'm walking again, which is kind of a relief. I've had a nice time off, but it's time to get back to work, so still got a long way to go. Let's keep moving. These surroundings are starting to feel a tad too familiar. After arriving at St. Anthony Head, I took my bag off and just had a stare at how far I had already come for a few minutes, before heading back off and towards the village of Porthscatho. I've just had a stop for about 20 minutes because someone reached out to me for an interview about my journey so far, so that was quite fun. It's nice speaking to people that's also passionate about this walk and Cornwall and Cornwall's identity, so yeah, bit of a morale boost. As I sat for about 20 minutes to charge my stuff, the same American couple I'd seen the past 2 days walked by, and I had another chat with them before heading back off. Portscatho, like many other coastal villages, is a historic fishing village, which began as a small collection of cottages that grew with the pilchard industry, and later the merchant boat trade, with its name derived from the Cornish Cove of Boats. My bag was too big for this gate, so I had to climb over. I'm kinda in a rush at the moment. I'm meeting my parents at 5 o'clock, it's currently 4:30, and I'm picking up a drive so I can export all this camera footage, about 200 gigabytes, but I'm meeting them at Porthallow, which is all the way around that corner. So I'm doing double speed at the minute, hoping to reach them on time. Okay, slight change of plan. I am meeting my parents at Penryn Beach so I can upload all my footage and hopefully not get that lost after 6 days of walking with this camera. But yeah, all is good and we shall see you in a minute. I waited for about 10 minutes until they arrived. Then we went off in search of a restaurant, of which we could only find a country club charging £34 for a cream tea. So we drove around in the car and found a fish and chips place, which I ate whilst uploading my footage from the last 6 days. Then I said goodbye. Right, that took a bit longer than expected. It's about 9 o'clock, so it took about 3 hours. And the sun's going down, but we've backed all up the footage, so should be alright. I've got a jumper as well when it's a bit chilly. So I'm just going to go to the toilet in this public toilet and then find somewhere to camp for the night. Proper job. I decided to go through this bush on the coast path and into a field with some cover to put up my tent, with the light already getting low. Okay, so this is the abode for the night. It is overlooking Carne Beach, and I didn't have as much time to find a space, but it's away from the coast path and it should be good for tonight, so I shall see you in the morning. With day 6 coming to a close, I had passed the 100-mile mark and was just under a fifth of the way into the journey. Join me next time to see me get an almost trip-ending injury in Mevagissey and walk through my favourite town of the whole trip in Foy, amongst many other sights and events you don't want to miss.